Promise I'm not dead. I'm totally alive. I just look exhausted. Oh, my dog snorts so much. Hey guys, welcome back to my couch. A quick update, I did make a second channel for things that are not magic related. I didn't want to separate my life. I hate having to separate things, but I felt like it just made sense to have a channel just for like my life stuff and then have a channel just about magic. So if for some reason you think I'm funny or you just want to hang out with me on my other channel, it is called Siegel, which is just my name. Today we are going to talk about Yule / Winter Solstice. Willie will be here in my lap because she really wants to be, so if you hear her snoring,
I'm sorry.
So Yule, or the Winter Solstice, is the celebration of the return or the rebirth of the sun. So it's the longest night. You're doing a lot. So it's the longest night of the year and the shortest day of the year. It marks the end of the days being shorter and the nights being longer. And we start heading into that beautiful time where the sun doesn't go down until 9 p.m. There is a lot of mythology that surrounds Yule. There is the Holly King and the Oak. The Holly King, Willie, you're gonna have to go. The Holly King and the Oak King fighting for who will be with the goddess, representing the 3 stages of the year. Maiden when it's spring and things are like budding and growing and, you know, being conceived. And mother part of the year where things are fruiting. It's not the word I want to use. Are being born and blossoming and coming into fruition. That's what I wanted to say. And then the crone, which is when, you know, the leaves start falling off of the trees, things start dying, it goes into like a resting period. And so the Oak King and the Holly King, I wish I had like a little animation, a puppet. The Oak King and the Holly King are like, okay, it's my time. The Oak King being the young, hot king of spring and summer, and the Holly King being the older king who represents the second half of the year where things are dying and, you know, becoming dormant and making room for the newness of the next year. So they're battling. Oak King, you know, I want to be here forever. I'm young and hot. Holly King's like, nah, dude, it's time to chill out and just like be old for a little bit and be wise. Look at the goddess over there. She's totally old now. Dude, you're right. Defeat. The Holly King rules for a little while. And this is a great time of year for reflection and for gratitude and for celebrating the coming of the new year and celebrating how fruitful the year before was. Herbs associated with Yule are mistletoe, rosemary, juniper,
one of my favorites,
bayberry, oak, pine cones, of course, ivy, holly, frankincense, and myrrh. Frankincense and myrrh are both resins. I love frankincense. I always talk about it. You hear, myrrh is not my favorite. My mom loves it. It smells like burning earwax to me. I do not love it. But it is a wonderful resin that is associated with the Yule season. Colors for Yule are, of course, red and green, white and silver. Some people also use gold. So if you're someone who's setting up a Yule altar, having an altar cloth in these colors and candles of red and gold and green are very suitable and look gorgeous. Some traditional foods that you can enjoy on Yule are, of course, cookies and cakes, roasted apples, which I super duper love, pork and turkey for the meat eaters, eggnog, of course. Dried fruits and nuts are also wonderful to have around this time of year. If you're new to this, you're probably seeing like an association with Yule and Christmas. And yes, Christmas did sit right on top of Yule. You can also tell because the activities for Yule are caroling, or also called wassailing, where traditionally people will go around to people's houses and sing a beautiful song. They'd have a cup, because after you sing a song to someone, which is a beautiful gift, you give them some alcohol in their cup. People will give fruit or nuts and put it in your cup, or sometimes they would give you a drink which is also called wassail, which is made with like dried fruit and nuts and wine, and I'll put the recipe up here because I can't remember. I remember having like the kids version for years, and then when I became, I think I was like 16 when I had the adult version of wassail, and it is delicious, and it put me right out. I remember having it thinking I was an adult, I'm having alcohol, and then I fell asleep on the couch. Aside from caroling and wassailing with your friends, lighting the Yule log is also a traditional activity. Yule log, you probably see that they have them at like grocery stores or Home Depot, just chilling outside. It's traditional to be given a Yule log. However, you most definitely can, because there are loads of people who go and get their own Yule log. Not everyone's going to give you a Yule log. The lighting of the Yule log is very symbolic of the burning of the sun shining bright after this day. When it comes back, it starts coming back into its full sun. I feel like my arms are really awkward right now because my dog is in my lap and I'm trying not to like hurt her, so I'm doing all this up here stuff. You light it together with your family and it burns for about 12 days. You light it and you leave it burning for that long amount of time. You keep the ashes. Ashes were traditionally used for healing, mixed with medicines. People would mix it with their like feed for their livestock. It's supposed to give them really strong, healthy bodies and to make sure that their babies that they have are also very strong and healthy. People mix it in with their crops because it's supposed to make your crops grow strong and long and long and strong. Everyone wants strong and long crops. Am I right? Willie doesn't like dying crops. No, she doesn't. At the end of the 12 days, if there are still chunks or pieces of the Yule log left, people will put them around the house as a form of protection. So the Yule log is a huge protection symbol, protects against evil spirits. Placing it around your house can protect your home against lightning or any kind of natural disasters that might befall your home. So if you do intend to get a Yule log, remember to keep all the pieces of it. None of it gets thrown away because it can be used for so many different things in your home. I do get some questions about why I celebrate Christmas and Yule. I get it, okay? It's hard for some people to celebrate holidays when they've been forced on top of other holidays, and I understand that. And for a long time, I didn't want to celebrate any other holiday that was meant to replace a pagan holiday. It's very horrible thinking about how many people were murdered and stolen and converted and tortured because someone else wanted their religion to be the only religion that anyone followed ever in the world. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to that. However, Christmas was always such a magical time of year for me when I was a child, and mainly the Christmas tree is what I love the most. That beautiful tree, so gorgeous, the lights twinkling. I remember being a small baby mint. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, go out of my room, and I'd see the Christmas tree there, and we always kept it lit just like all night, so the house was completely dark, but there was this glowing Christmas tree, and I swore that I could see little creatures dancing in the tree, and I was just like, magic is real. And that was just so having that memory just makes me love the season so much. And I do love the fact that some people do go out of their way to be kind and generous and just all around more peaceful and happy during this time of year. And I know that people should strive for that all year round, but the fact that there is a palpable change in the air when this holiday comes about, it really does give me feelings of hope, you know? Well, I like the aesthetic of Christmas and I like the history of Yule, and I think that's okay. So if you guys have any other questions, please leave them in the comment section below. This is a very short and sweet video. I just wanted to give you like a little tiny little, you know, idea of what goes on during the Yuletide. There are some really gorgeous Yule altars on Pinterest if you want to have a look and see. I have not set mine up yet because we have a Christmas village where my Yule altar would go, and I really love it there. Starts Thursday night. Tomorrow is my son's birthday as well, so we will be celebrating his birthday, and then we'll be doing some little Yule activities after that. Have a beautiful, gorgeous, lovely evening, and a very happy holiday season. Mwah.